And we begin with some very, very good news. It's been a long week for a lot of people, but this is fantastic. Why? 13-year-old Jayme Closs, who disappeared the day her parents were murdered in October, has been found, and she is alive and she is safe. Jayme apparently escaped from captivity yesterday in Gordon, Wisconsin. That's about 65 miles north of her home in Barron, where she was last seen nearly 3 months ago.
Jayme's rescue deepens the mystery over what happened to her and her parents. Local sheriffs will only say that a suspect is in custody. Her relatives say they never gave up hope for her return. Adriana Diaz is in Gordon to show us how she was found. Adriana, I know you were following this story from the jump. What amazing news.
It is incredible news, Bianna. Half a mile down this road is where the search for Jayme Closs finally came to an end. This is where neighbors saw the face everyone had been looking for.
This is Jayme Closs, and call 911.
Those were the first words Peter Kazinskis heard when he opened his front door Thursday. In a phone call, he told us his neighbor had been pounding on it, standing with a disheveled girl.
Literally like I was seeing a ghost, because we've seen the billboards and the commercials and all that stuff, and there she is in my kitchen, you know.
Kazinskis says his neighbor was walking her dog around 4 p.m. in this remote and wooded area when Closs appeared. She immediately brought her to Kazinskis' home to call 911.
She saw this girl on the road screaming, "Help me, help me."
He said Closs appeared thin and ragged, wearing what looked like leggings, a sweatshirt, and oversized men's tennis shoes. He said she was quiet while they waited for police to arrive roughly 15 minutes later.
She looked like the same as in all the photos, a little thinner. Her hair was still the same color and length. She just looked a little unkempt, like she hadn't been able to, take care of herself for some time.
According to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, 11 minutes after police arrived, a suspect was taken into custody elsewhere.
I just cannot believe this.
Closs's aunt, Sue Allard, was overcome that the teen was found alive. It had been 3 months since her parents were murdered, and she vanished without a trace. James and Denise Closs were found shot to death in their Barron home on October 15th. Police received a mostly inaudible 911 call from Denise Closs's cell phone around 1 a.m. When authorities arrived just 4 minutes later, the front door was kicked in, the parents were dead, and Jayme was gone. For months, police and volunteers combed the area for clues. But the tight-knit community kept the faith. Over the holidays, they held a Christmas tree vigil for Closs. Her family never gave up hope, despite few promising leads.
Jayme, we need you here with us to fill that hole we have in our hearts. We all love you to the moon and back, and we will never stop looking for you.
Kazinskis believes Jayme had been held in a home about half a mile from his. He described the people that lived there as different and said they kept a low profile. Police took Jayme to a hospital in Duluth, Minnesota, and she is expected to be reunited with her family later today. Gayle.
Oh, Adriana, thank you so much. I can't wait. I can't wait for the reunion. There are so many questions in this story, and it reminds me so much of the Elizabeth Smart case, who went through unspeakable horrors, and in the end, she's okay today. She was missing for 9 months. But to think about this little girl who knew the whole time she was being held captive since October that her parents were dead, and what she'd be coming back to.
And what she'd witnessed and what she'd gone through.
Exactly what she witnessed.
But you're right. I mean, never underestimate the resilience of a young person. And it's so great that she has her family around her. As her aunt said, we have her. We found her.
We love her to the moon and back.
That's
What
right.
do you think?
All those people who kept hope alive, all those people walking through the fields, doing all the hard work of trying to find her. And now that hope has paid off.
No, a lot of people didn't think this would have a good end. She went through the holidays, but she is okay. I can't get enough of the story. Want to hear more, of course.